All right, everyone, welcome back to the Cabral Concept. Really important show for you here today. We're going to be going over the nutrients. That means vitamins and minerals depleted by certain medications. So if you're on cholesterol-based medication like statins or acid blockers for acid reflux, or you're on birth control, or you're on anti-inflammatories, I want to share with you here today, plus an easy to read downloadable PDF on different nutrients that will be depleted based on the medications you're taking. Now, again, I'm not telling you or a loved one who's taking these medications to stop taking the medication. My end goal is to help you to find the underlying root cause as to what's causing the symptoms as to then why you're placed on a medication. Because remember, a medication is not typically helping you to rebalance underlying root cause imbalances that create disease. Medications are simply masking the symptoms so that you don't feel the acid reflux. But what it's not doing is sharing with you all the different reasons as to why you might have acid reflux. H. pylori bacterial infection in the stomach, lower esophageal sphincter-based issues, improper digestion, low stomach acid, high histamines. There could be various things. There's usually only 6 to 12 underlying root causes per issue, like acid reflux. But remember, if you don't fix the underlying root cause issue, it doesn't go away just because you're on a pharmaceutical. The only thing that you get rid of are the actual symptoms. And the problem is the underlying root cause dis-ease of the body then manifests in another area. So I want to go over these here today. Remember, look for the underlying root cause and then just simply be aware that medications can and may be depleting you of these certain vitamins. So if you're taking the medications, you can't get off of them, or you haven't found the underlying root cause yet, you may want to supplement with these particular nutrients. Let's dive right in. I'm going to give you my top 10 from here today. And I've done a lot of research on this. So literally, I was on PubMed. I was matching up medications with all the different nutrients depleted. And then I came across this great compounding pharmacy. I don't know of them, but that Boston accent just snuck out there for a second. It's called Coastal Pharmacy and Wellness. I don't know them, but they're in Portland, Maine. I love Portland, Maine. Maybe I'll have to stop by, say hello, say great work next time I'm in Portland, Maine over the summer. So here's the thing though. They put together a great PDF. And so like I said, if you are in Portland, Maine, go visit them. They obviously know quite a bit about the natural and maybe even the pharmaceutical side of it. All right, let's dive right in. As I said, I'm going to give you the top 10, but they've got a lot more on this sheet. I will link it up for you at stephencabral.com/2995. Head on over for all the details. All right, let's go. So the first one is antacids. These are things that help with acid reflux and heartburn. Really common that people are taking them. Not PPIs, proton pump inhibitors. We'll talk about those in a moment. These are antacids. Things like calcium carbonates or Tums, that type of thing. What do they deplete? Vitamin B1, thiamine. They can deplete calcium, and they can deplete phosphorus as well. All right, let's go over to anticonvulsants used as seizure-based medications and also sometimes for high anxiety. Okay, what can those deplete? Vitamin K for blood clotting, really important, right? Calcium for the bones, for the autonomic nervous system. Folic acid, we can just say folate, so B9 is that particular vitamin. We're looking at glutathione or inositol. We're looking at L-carnitine for the brain and energy. We're looking at niacin, which literally helps with the mitochondria. It helps with depression and so much more. We're looking at selenium, great for the thyroid, great as an antioxidant, great for detoxification, good as an anti-cancer-based mineral. And zinc, anabolic mineral, helps with rebuilding skin, hair, nails, tissue. All of those can become depleted with anti-anxiety, some like gabapentin, as well as anti-seizure-based medications. Okay, next one, let's move on to one for type 2 diabetes. Probably heard it before. It's called metformin. Metformin is supposed to be the wonder drug, right? Well, not so fast. If we take a medication, it oftentimes, not always, but oftentimes depletes us of other things that we need. All right, so what could this deplete us of? Thiamine. Why is B1 so important? B1 is exceptionally important as a anti-stress-based vitamin, part of the B vitamin family, but also namely for the thyroid. So extremely important B vitamin. B12, we know B12 helps us with energy, with methylation, with oxygenation of our red blood cells. And then we have folate as well. Same thing. Oxygenation of red blood cells, methylation, DNA replication, anti-inflammatory in terms of methylation, and so much more. All right, so that was metformin. Really important, right? So if you're taking metformin, probably want to take like an activated B complex. Okay, but we'll talk about more recommendations towards the end. Let's go over one that many people have heard about, corticosteroids, right? So a steroid. What would steroids be used for? Well, they're going to sometimes be used with certain inhalers, but usually the corticosteroids that we're talking about are being used for autoimmune diseases and maybe allergy flare-ups, any powerful anti-inflammatory that's needed. Okay, what's it depleting? Vitamin A, vitamin C, vitamin D, calcium, chromium for blood sugar, folate again, magnesium, selenium, strontium for the bones, and zinc. So every time I name a new one, I'll let you know what it's used for. So corticosteroids are depleting a lot of vitamins and minerals in your body, right? So powerful anti-inflammatory, we get it, but is your doctor or specialist ever telling you about all the essential vitamins and minerals that these medications are depleting? Probably not. All right, here's one for hypertension and hypertension, so high blood pressure. Vitamin A is being depleted. B5, B12, let's see, beta carotene, so also part of vitamin A. Coenzyme Q10, needed for the mitochondria, producing ATP, especially in the heart. Next up, we have L-carnitine, massively reducing phosphorus and also depleting strontium. It makes sense too, strontium. And the reason is that that's being pulled from the bones, right? And so really important there as well. Okay. Those were hypertension-based diuretics. Let's go over postmenopausal estrogen therapy, right? So HRT, typically for women, postmenopausal. What is it depleting? Vitamin A. Vitamin B6, that's the first time we heard that one here today. Although it's other ones as well, and this is on the sheet, so bacterial infections, if you're taking like a Bactrim, etc. All right, but let's stick with estrogen. So taking estrogen-based therapy, vitamin A, B6. B6 is mainly used for the nervous system. It's also it almost acts as an enzyme to improve serotonin levels, thyroid, and much more with the hormones. Okay, it can hurt the depletion of vitamin C, also depleting folate, depleting magnesium, which is also needed for the nervous system, and zinc, which is also needed for the nervous system. So estrogen depletes many nutrients needed to calm the central nervous system, which I think is crucial because many of the women in our practice also sometimes have dealing with poor sleep, right? So you need to calm the central nervous system for good sleep. Irritability, have to calm the central nervous system for any irritability. So important that we're not overlooking that as well. All right, next up, I want to go over insulin. People on insulin for type 1, type 2 diabetes mainly have to be concerned with one mineral, and that's magnesium, right? So if you're dealing with those blood sugar fluctuations and you're taking a insulin-based medication, make sure you're getting enough of your magnesium. Okay, NSAIDs, people taking Advil, right, or any type of non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drug, some type of ibuprofen, naproxen, biggest one that's depleted, folate. Vitamin B9, needed for methylation, really important. Okay, let's look at a couple more. Oral contraceptives, meaning birth control. What's being depleted? We've got a lot. Vitamin A, vitamin B1, vitamin B5, vitamin C, folate, magnesium, and zinc. So quite a bit. And I think the important one here is many women are on oral contraceptives, especially during their teenage years and into their 20s. And what do we see? A lot of the B vitamins being depleted, a lot of zinc, a lot of magnesium, which we actually need for the nervous system, the brain, and growth. So important that we look at that. All right, antibiotics. Again, we've got a lot being depleted here. We've got B1, B5, B6, vitamin B7, biotin. That might be the first time we heard that. Actually, biotin was in antibiotics as well. We have B12. We have vitamin K. We have folate and magnesium again. we are now looking at pantothenic acid, so another B vitamin, and phosphorus, as well as riboflavin, another B vitamin. Okay, so antibiotics depleting you of quite a bit of B vitamins, plus your magnesium and your vitamin K. All right, let's do one more. And we'll do two more. We'll do PPIs and we'll do statins. All right, so proton pump inhibitors, anybody with GERD, acid reflux, heartburn, etc., they're taking omeprazole or other medications, depleting you of what? Well, the vitamins and minerals that you would absorb when you have stomach acid. So if it's knocking down your stomach acid, then you're not going to be able to properly break down and absorb vitamin B12, calcium, magnesium, iron, folate, and zinc. So crucial. If you are on heartburn medication, a PPI, you need to be aware that you're most likely not absorbing as well your B12, calcium, magnesium, folate, iron, and zinc. It's crucial. All right, let's go over one more. Many people have heard of statins, one of the most prescribed medications in the world. People are just beginning to hear that it depletes you of coenzyme Q10. Why is this so important? Because CoQ10 the heart is the greatest utilizer of coenzyme Q10. And statins are supposed to help you prevent heart disease. The problem is they can make your heart weaker while lowering your cholesterol and supposedly helping you with heart disease. Seems like a misnomer there, like something's wrong. It's literally making your heart weaker while trying to help you with heart disease. So not ideal. So if you're on a statin, please do yourself a favor. Take advanced coenzyme Q10, CoQ10, ubiquinol. Make sure that you're getting at least 100 milligrams a day. Okay, again, I can't provide you with any medical advice, medical treatment plans, medical cures, medical diagnosis, but you can look into this. It's also depleting you of L-carnitine, needed for energy, needed for the brain as well, and it is depleting you of beta-carotene, natural form vitamin A, very important for the immune system, eyes, and much more. Okay, so those are my top 10 that I wanted to share with you. It is challenging, again, if you're a practitioner to say, oh, you need to get, because you're not going to say you need to get off these medications. So what you need to do is help an individual get to the underlying root cause. That's by running the Big 5 labs or the starter kit at least. The starter kit's going to give you your vitamin and mineral levels, your gut health, your heavy metals. Big 5 is going to look at all of those, plus food sensitivities, plus omega-6 to omega-3 inflammation levels, plus cortisol levels, sex hormones, thyroid, vitamin D, insulin, and more, right? So Big 5 or the starter kit, we'll link them up today. That's at stephencabral.com/2995 for all of these links. And what I would tell you though, is let's say you're not able to do all the labs and you're not going to come off, you're not going to work with your doctor on your medications or a natural health practitioner. What are we going to do? Well, right away, I'll just tell you what we do in our practice. We start people, as long as there's no contraindications for the medication, we are starting people with what's called daily foundational protocol level 2 or level 3. Simply put, it's the daily nutritional support, which is all your vitamins and minerals, including the methylated B vitamins that most people are going to be missing here. So that's a full multi, it's a plant-based protein powder, detox factors, and so much more. And the next one is the daily fruit and vegetable blend, 22 organic fruits, vegetables, and superfoods. Easy. So we get the best of functional medicine and the best of nature without any of the added sugars or calories with the daily fruit and vegetable blend. Next, omega-3 support. Okay, so a daily omega-3 is going to help you with so many of the inflammatory benefits that a lot of people are dealing with. The next one is daily probiotic support. Because if you do not have a healthy gut, it's not balanced, a good balanced microbiome, many of these issues can be occurring. And the last one is an enzyme, a daily digestive enzymes, which can help you better break down your food so you absorb more of the nutrients from your whole food meals. That's at least our starting point. And then after that, we typically recommend a good liquid vitamin D, and then for great absorption with MCT oil, which is already in it, and then the balanced zinc, which is often to get people's zinc levels up, because you can see how many people are being depleted here, which is the right amount of zinc to copper, 15-to-1 ratio. So that's exactly what we do. Again, it's just a starter, right? And then you can customize exactly what you need based on running the Big 5 or the starter kit. And that's just, again, this works for ages 3 years old all the way through the oldest wellness client in our practice that's 105 years old. So you can find all of this at stephencabral.com/shop. That just takes you over to Equal Life. That's our virtual functional medicine integrative health practice. Or go to stephencabral.com/2995. That's going to be the PDF. Thank you, Coastal Pharmacy and Wellness, for putting this together. And that'll be the show note links, everything you need right there. I just try to get this information out to people. You can work with an integrative health practitioner. We can go to integrativehealthpractitioner.org. You can work with a local naturopathic doctor. You can work with us, whatever works for you. But just know that this information is power, so that you understand, sure, you might have to be on these medications in the short term, just to make sure that you're safe, while working on the underlying root causes that you find on the Big 5, and then using good quality nutritional supplements that replace these deficiencies, especially until you can rebalance the body. Hopefully this was helpful. I appreciate all of you. Thank you so much. Do feel free to share the show with anyone you believe it could serve. Take care, everybody. Thanks so much for tuning into today's show. Before you go, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I want to make sure that you're getting our daily content, not missing out on anything functional medicine, wellness, weight gain, weight loss, anti-aging, living longer, stronger, and all of the most cutting-edge research. And if there's any topics you want to hear, feel free to leave them in the comments below. Take care.